What's up, everybody? So welcome back. So we are now arriving to the very awesome stage of chapter 4. So chapter 4 will start with this verse 2.34, and it sort of goes like this. So that I memorize, and he says right here, he says praṇipātena paripraśnena sevayā, upadekṣyanti jñānaṁ, jñāninas tattva-darśinaḥ. So he's explaining right here, find a spiritual master, find a teacher, find someone who has seen the truth. He says just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, someone who has seen the truth, who has become tattva-darśinaḥ, who has seen the truth. Darśina means to see, tattva means truth. So he says, inquire for him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge onto you because they have seen the truth. So many people have had these experiences. If they're ever just near a sage, the sage doesn't even have to speak a word. The sage just, in their presence, all of a sudden they just feel this peace arise. They feel like this deep feeling of oneness. And so spiritual masters have that capability. Their brains and everything about them is at such a frequency that just being around them, you are getting spiritually benefited. And many people have seen this, and I have felt this personally, just by seeing them. There's almost like this effulgence around them, it's like just a glow. And so this is the nature of what a spiritual master is. He has this knowledge, he has understanding the truth, his consciousness is fixed. And so if you serve that person, if you connect with him, work for him, ask him what you can do for him, and just live with him, then you can attain spiritual knowledge. This knowledge will come. So this is very nice, and we should be very hungry for this. This is essentially how we get cleared of our karma. This is like the first stage of awakening. It's like there's a lot of stages, but this is the most important step. Without this, there's not really that growth that needs to happen, and that's when you find that teacher. And Srila Prabhupada, he's the most merciful. He's very compassionate soul, and he's helped so many people. And these people are just like, imagine serving Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, all these great saints. Imagine just serving them. How would that feel? That would feel incredible. Like, these people are the best people out there. They care so much about everyone else more than they do themselves. They're completely selfless. And so by serving, these great saints, Srila Prabhupada is our spiritual acharya. Acharya means one who leads by example. So he's this great leader. And so by connecting with him and by becoming part of his movement, understanding his books, that's one way you're serving. Just simply by reading, you're serving. Krishna says, just engage your mind in him. Like, trying to understand Krishna, trying to understand God, trying to go deeper into devotion, becoming selfless, and the science of Bhakti Yoga, that's a form of service also. So all these things, they're all meant for us to be able to come to the stage of chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So everything that we've learned, it's all to get us to that point where we can find a spiritual master and serve him faithfully. Where we have acquired enough good qualities within us that a spiritual master would like to accept us as a disciple, which is the greatest thing. So this is why we have to become prepared. Everything that we do before meeting the spiritual master is just preparation. Once we come in contact with the spiritual master and then we want to serve him selflessly, that's where everything really starts going. That's where the most advancement can happen. Everything else, everything you learn, all the meditation you've done, it's all preparation for meeting this beautiful form in which God takes this form as the spiritual master. Now, the spiritual master is not God by any means. He's a human being in a sense, but he's also not, because he's the representative of God within our lives. And that's why it's such a tricky thing to be a spiritual master. But there's many people who have been very, very glorious at it. Against Srila Prabhupada, he was someone who on the order of his spiritual master and his teacher, came to America with $7, and within 10 years, he just opened up 122 temples around the world, and everybody who connected with him understood who he was. He was like a representative. He was what's called what do you say? That's someone who is originally from a higher dimension, and they come here to teach. So Srila Prabhupada was to us and to the world. He is that spiritual master. And so we can rest assured that if we follow his teachings, we will get success with him on the spiritual path. He gives a clear-cut guide, scientific process on how to come to the higher stages of spiritual knowledge. And so that is the lecture for today. Thank you guys again so much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. What's up, everybody? So welcome back. So we are now arriving to the very awesome stage of chapter 4. So chapter 4 will start with this verse 2.34, and it sort of goes like this. So